My name is Chris Pease. I'm the plant manager for Idaho Forest Group in Moyer Springs. Trying to help everybody understand that we're all one team. So we all pass or fail together. The log is procured in the woods.
Haulers get the wood on the ground and now they're gone, and we come in and do what we do, stack it up, then we'll leave. My favorite part about my job? Well, I got a lot of power under the hood there, and I guess knowing my machine and knowing the power I got that's there to use it, so that's kind of an adrenaline thing, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
From there it's cut to length.
What's your favorite part of the day on a log job?
Oh, probably the mornings. It's just everything's fresh and clean and dust is low, and if there's no bugs, it's good.
So we have preferred lengths. They're put on a log truck.
Oh, it's funny, you run into people from back east and they show up here and, well, there's trees everywhere. We heard they were all gone. I'm like,
Yeah,
well,
what'd you think?
until they actually come over and see that it's still green over here. So.
Interesting, challenging job every day, something new every day. The thing that's kept me here is the people, the challenge. It's pretty good work.
We bring them across the scales, and from there they go into the log yard. They get unloaded. We'll lay them out and we'll scale them. So each individual log gets scaled for diameter, length, species, and defect. The logs are then sorted by species and put into runways. At that point, we'll run them into the sawmill. Once we run them up to the mill, they still have the bark on them. They go in, first thing they do is they get the bark taken off. That bark drops through a conveyor and goes to the hog fuel bins that stores the fuel to be used in the boiler.
A lot of people don't know that, though, that, you know, every piece of the log that comes in tries to be utilized in some fashion.
Yeah, well, yeah, we try and have zero waste in a sawmill. And, you know, everything we make is reused at some level. Our chips go to make pulp for paper and cardboard, and you know, our bark we use here to, you know, fire our boiler to dry the wood.
After the log has been debarked, it gets cut into blocks, 8-foot blocks when we run 8 foot, 9-foot blocks when we run 9 foot. From there, they get sorted by size. So the first machine that we use to break down the log is called the primary breakdown.
Yeah.
I'm Lacey Denning, and I run the small chip and saw. I'm responsible for cutting kind of almost half the wood of the mill for our shift. So it's kind of nice having that responsibility and taking pride in, you know, having a good day and trying to make sure you run as fast and as hard as you can. It's renewable. It's the #1 renewable resource.
Forest is probably.
Yeah, there's more to logging than just cutting down trees.
From there, we'll take that log and we'll chip the sides and the top and bottom, and then we'll take the side lumber off, and the side lumber will fall off to the sides and go to an edger that then takes what looks to be a flat piece with rounded edges and takes the rounded edges off. So now you have a nice board. That center part will continue to go through a secondary breakdown called a VSA, and on the outfeed of that you'll have a perfect stack of boards. Once all of that has been made, we have 2x4s, 2x3s, 1x4s, and 2x6s. From there, we'll put them into the kilns and dry them, and depending on the species, they'll go generally anywhere from 12 to 28 hours. And after they've been dried, we pull them out, and then we'll run them to the planer.
My name is Jacques Desmarais. I'm the production lead in the planer on the dry end. The planer, the kilns, the boiler, shipping. You know, I enjoy the first morning break because you go around, you check on people at their machine centers, you get them out, you know, you see how they're doing. They get that first break, they're happy to see you. And it's just a good time in the morning. Everything's still pretty relaxed, as long as everything's running good. I coordinate my team members to what positions they're going to be doing. I think there's 16 of us on the team, every position from production, and then we have setup millwright, we have graders, we have chain pullers, UMO. When the product gets to us, it is in a rectangular rough size. From that point, we take it, we unstack it, and we run it through a planer. Planer is just a big machine with 4 heads on it. We take off very minimal amounts off the bottom and the inside. We take about 30 to 40 thousandths off of both of those. After we do that, the board goes out to the graders, and the graders make a decision on what grade that board is. Our tolerance is about plus or minus 5 thousandths on our finished sizes. After that, we either trim it back or we just run it through, label it, wax it, stack it. Then it goes to the paint room, and then paint room wraps it, puts a tag on it, staples it, and gets it ready to ship.
When I was doing cleanup, the plant manager came up to me and said, "Hey, what's your name?" "My name's Doug. I'm the plant manager here." And he said, "You know, I started out on cleanup and made it all the way to the plant manager, and if you work hard, you could do it too." And so I actually kind of held that pretty near to my heart. How about I give you the one of the funnest parts of the job is recognizing talent in people and being able to see that come to fruition.
My name is Billy Joe Spencer, and I'm a utility forklift operator. It's just a good job to support the family. Benefits, good pay. I mean,
Right. Absolutely.
it's hard to compete with that without going to college and getting an education, and I didn't really have that opportunity.
A lot of the people I work with are pretty cool.
Yeah.
Different, diverse, get to know different side of
Yeah.
Bonners Ferry.
It's the best company I can think of in the area to work for. Like I said, they've treated me well. They invest in me personally. Definitely feel appreciated.
Idaho Forest Group has always been a team-oriented company, and I like being a team member. And I've never felt like an employee, always somebody of worth.
You made the comment earlier that I run the whole show, and I don't. A lot of these folks do that, and by being able to recognize strength and then let people move in that, I think that's one of the most rewarding aspects of the job.
I grew up in a small town outside of Western Washington and enlisted in the military, was active duty Army for a little over 4 years, and traveled around, had two deployments within the military, and then went to college at WSU, so Washington State University, and got my degree in information systems, specializing in data analytics. and then had an internship with Idaho Forest Group. Was going to go get my master's degree and had such a good time here at Idaho Forest Group, I decided to withdraw my enrollment and started working here at Idaho Forest Group. So IFG's values and the way we do business is kind of a doctrine we use is timber, talent, and technology. So the greatest thing we value is our talent, and that's the people. And the timber is, if we don't have timber coming in every day, we kind of don't have a sawmill. We need to be able to guarantee that we have a sustainable wood product for the generations to come. And the last is technology. We have to stay on the leading edge, and we have to make sure that we're always avoiding obsolescence, and we're making sure that we're indoctrinating that into our DNA here at Idaho Forest Group. My favorite part about this job is no 2 days are the same here. I get to play around with some really fun equipment. We use drones to first start measuring log deck and residuals, so all of our bark piles, our chip piles, everything else we get from there. And then we're starting to utilize drones to measure existing timber, so looking at pre and post-sale analysis. The opportunities here at Idaho Forest Group is, if you're dedicated, you're willing to work hard and have an open mind, you're going to go far within this company. And you have that team mentality that you're willing to accept any new types of technology that gets thrown out here. You are going to have a career here, and you're going to accelerate fast within this company. If you're considering a job here at IFG and you want to be challenged, you want to be motivated, and you also want to be valued, this is the place for you.
I'm originally from Sacramento, California. I grew up on a little area right outside Sacramento. Pretty similar to Lewiston. There's farms, and it's actually pretty country. The work-life balance here is amazing. It allows me to spend multiple days in a row with my daughter. She loves to go camping, and we want to get her out. I want her to be a tough little girl, because that's how I grew up, so I want her to grow up the same way. My husband, he was looking for a job, so we just packed up our essentials. We had like $500. Rest is history. I've worked here, this will be 6 years in May. Most people start out on day shifts so they could learn the gist of everything. I was in the sawmill for about 3 years, and I was like, I'm getting ready to start a family. I was like, I need something that's a little bit more flexible, so I heard that there was a scaling position opened up out in the log yard, and I was like, I want to try that. That sounds really fun, interesting. So it's a good job to get yourself together, figure out what you want to do, and it pays good so you can put away money while you're going to college. And there's actually a lot of summer hires that we have who are going to college, and they come here during summer break or spring break, and they work with schedules really good. If you're going to school in the morning, then they'll work you in the evening, and some of our summer hires actually come back. My favorite thing about working for IFG is we get along really good, and we help each other out. So it makes your job not work. It's actually fun to come to work because you have good people to hang out with. I want to give everything back because this company has given me everything that I have.
My name is Billy Stalder, and I'm an uncertified lumber grader. I started working for Idaho Forest Group about 2.5 years ago, and I came in as the UMO, a utility machine operator. I was a UMO for about 1.5 years. I think the purpose of a UMO is to gain experience among all these machines. When I came in as a UMO and got comfortable with the jobs that I was performing, I like to rise to the top, so I started to watch the supervisors and watch the foremen and observe them and what it was they had in common that got them to be where they are. And the thing that came to me was they all knew how to grade a board. The gradermanship is where I wanted to go. And they actually offered a 12-week student grader program. I was on the clock, while I was getting educated. It doesn't matter how much book smarts you have or how much you paid for an education, nothing's gonna beat hands-on experience. Our main goal is to get the highest dollar amount out of every board that passes by us on the table. And they're coming by us fairly steadily. We look at a board and we look at that board. It could be a good board, it could be a not so good board at first glance. We're putting that board in the highest grade possible, the highest dollar amount category. And then we look at the defects and we lower the grade from there. You know, we look for things like decay, we look for things like shake, anything that's going to throw off the strength of the board, the integrity of the board, the look of the board. We grade it accordingly. We have different classifications depending on the species of board and the size of board. There's an expertise aspect to grading lumber. You got to know what you're doing. You got to be dialed in with the knowledge. You got to be dialed in with the application of the knowledge to the board. I make it sound big, but it is kind of big. I like the fact that I am putting the dollar amount on that board. That board is worth what I say it's worth. It's important what I do. And the guys that work around me, we feed off of each other, we motivate each other. I've never seen any other place that has benefits like IFG's got. We have options as far as the medical benefit goes, dental, vision. I get my gym membership mostly paid for, a 401k, but I like the people I work with. I like the people I work for. You know, I wake up, I want to come to work. You know, and I think that the environment that you work in plays a huge role in that, regardless of what you're doing.
Like many industries, we need to start thinking about our next generation of workers. Between retirements and anticipated market growth, the Idaho Department of Labor projects we will face a shortage of nearly 1,500 truck drivers between now and 2026. Our industry has grown increasingly concerned with this situation, particularly because we know that driving a log truck requires more training than traditional CDL programs provide, and no such local training exists. Our contractors also face challenges recruiting and paying for additional training and for costly insurance required for younger, less experienced drivers. At IFG, we are always looking for ways to innovate and solve business challenges that might hold our industry back. To help us prepare for anticipated shortage, we have purchased 2 log trucks and started a small truck driving program. Once hired and trained, our 2 drivers will likely deliver 2 to 3 loads per day to one of our yards. Just like the other trucks, they will line up and wait their turn to be unloaded. The overwhelming majority of the 675 daily loads delivered to our yards will continue to be hauled by our valued contractors. Starting in the spring of 2020, we plan to use our trucks as a training program for drivers that currently have their CDL and are interested in a career in the log hauling industry. Long term, we hope this program will build capacity for our contracting partners who may already be struggling to find talent. At IFG, we hire smart, hard-working people who care about doing a great job and solving problems that help us all work smarter. Having our own driving program will also help us learn more about the challenges faced by our contractors. We hope this will lead to even more collaboration and deeper partnerships within our industry.
To learn more about the truck driving program at Idaho Forest Group, call 208-661-9925.
I was looking for a job that I could support my family, make a good wage, have medical benefits, something that I could retire at and grow, and Idaho Forest Group fit that bill. I came on as a taper, which is one of the lower level positions, and they taught me how to be a scaler, how to run equipment, and they've supported me in educational training, Excel classes, things like that. I've got my drone license, and they've been very good to me, and I've learned a lot. I think the top priority for IFG now and in the future is making sure that their employees are taken care of, that they grow as a company. It's kind of like a big family. Everybody takes care of each other and helps each other out. I think you can easily turn a job into a career at Idaho Forest Group. You can start at cleanup, even right out of high school. If you're not sure what you're interested in doing, you can kind of look and see what opportunities we have. If you're interested in electronics or in carpentry, millwrights, desk job, if you want to be an operator, there's so many different directions that you can go here. And we have job bids come open all the time. You can sign up for them, try them out, and move up in whatever you're interested in. They have great benefits. They'll help educate you and train you. They are here to help you grow in your life and in the company.